Hey there, how you doing? I can see where the water is coming in. The wood's rotted. The wood is like shattered all over. It is pieced together. If you came by today, you don't have to. I would just like your thoughts. All right. Thanks, Dad. Bye. I'm gonna have to do this the right way. And let me turn my music off so I don't get busted. So I'm not in like a panic mode by any means, but as I'm pulling this off, the original wood trim that is hiding behind these metal pieces that were put in probably in the 80s or whenever they did siding, it is rotten, like spongy, wet wood rotten. I can kind of tell where the water is coming in for downstairs. I'm gonna keep going up so that I can really tell if it's above the windows or not. I feel like the smarter thing might be to take all of this wood off as well and do new like OSB or plywood, whatever the hell, rather than just putting a Band-Aid on something that needs to get corrected. We'll see how this goes. Dad's gonna come over in a little bit. I'm gonna keep chipping away. I'm gonna take these storm windows out behind me so that I can get all the metal off as well. This sucks, man. Should have had this angled up. It's all wet behind the metal, which means the leak is coming from somewhere up above. Fuck. Let me show you something else. This is how you can tell that your wood is rotten. That's rotten wood. And the sill is rotten. I think this whole window needs to be replaced because there's no point in taking out a window from 1983 to replace everything around it and then leave it with the old window. So, son of a bitch. It's not great. It's not great. It's not great. Because I am a lemonade out of lemons kind of gal, I'm in problem solving mode right now. And not necessarily like, oh, how do you make it waterproof? But like, what are the issues in your bedroom that you don't like? If you have to replace these windows, what else can you do? This balcony doesn't make sense the way it's laid out with the door and all that. Nothing is centered at the top of the house. So do you Band-Aid everything for the time being and then come up with a better game plan? Because like this storm door is weird. It's too short and narrow. It's the door for a motorhome or an RV. So if you're tearing everything out, you might as well move the door to where it makes sense and then have maybe one big window or a window that matches the stained glass one. I don't know. I should start a Patreon. I should start a GoFundMe. That's what I should start. It'll be fine. There is no other option. It has to be fine. All right, it's okay. It is okay. I'm gonna get the ladder. All wet behind this too. Keep in mind, it hasn't rained for a few days. This is like an old version of house wrap. I'm sure it was just meant to like seal up little cracks or like close up cracks. It wasn't sealing shit. So mom and dad just left. Kind of came up with a game plan. So I think for now, taking everything down, I am going to end up taking everything down all the way up to the peak. And then I am going to reorganize what the deal is up here and come up with a better solution going forward, not just for the aesthetic of the front of the house, but also what it looks like in my bedroom. So you got to look for the blessing in disguise on these things. And it sucks and it's money, but this is home ownership. Woo! Oh, the camera moved. Why does this keep turning? I should take that down. So if I don't take it down, I'm gonna whack my head on it and I'm gonna be real bitchy. Okay. Stop turning. It's so rotted. Oh, look. You can't see it, that's why. This is smoke damage from when they had the fire. So that never ends. Look at this one. That's all smoke damage also. This is rot. Rotted wood. It's not even, nothing's attached. It's just shit. I know I keep showing you guys like you're not gonna believe me, but rotten, spongy, rotten wood. Fuck. Window just closed itself. The ghosts aren't happy either. Well, fuck you guys because you hid it from me, so there. This is rotted too, just so you know. Okay, everything is off except for the windowsills because they go under the windows right now and I'm not ready to do that. So I'm gonna go I have a ton of plastic, attach it all the way around everything and seal it at the bottom somehow. And that should get me good until I figure out what the fuck I'm doing. But I will figure out what I'm doing. It's funny, you know, seeing the siding off. I've said this before, like seeing the plaster and lathing off in the living room or seeing XYZ, you know, exposed. Suddenly it's not as scary as you thought. And it's like, oh, I can do this instead. It does allow you to pivot and change and course correct. You know, I'm already at the point of like, maybe I don't want to do vinyl siding on it. Maybe I want to do something else. So we'll see. We've got tornado weather coming. People walked by my house earlier and I didn't know why they were staring at it. And then I've been cutting, trim for the foyer in the garage. And I turn and I see that the tarp that is supposed to be up there had come down. Because I've taken 3.5 months to tear the front of the house off because I've been busy doing other stuff. So it's fixed. I'm a little wet. It is July something, 21st? July 21st. I just filmed today the finale for the drawing room, which goes live in a couple days. So it means I can start working on this. This video, when it comes out, which will probably not be until March? Oh my God. Hello. From last year if you're watching now. It's going to be a couple parts. First is the balcony, which is a thing, and then this bedroom, because this whole wall to me that my bed has been pushed against for the last couple months needs to be gutted, and it needs to be reframed, and the new windows need to be framed in. The door needs to go away because it's going in the closet. There's a lot that needs to happen. But with the drawing room done, that means I can finally focus on this and not have something else weighing on my mind that took precedence, even though you'd think that having a tarp on the front of your house for the last 3 months would take precedence. It didn't. I am going to start now. I'm going to strip the bed, move that, take the drapes down, take the rod down, and start prying trim off the walls. So not thrilled. I didn't realize the bed turned the camera, so I just took all of the rods down in the drapes, and that's what you need to know. God damn it. Now, there's like shit in my hair from... With the bed going on this wall, let me back up. I'm gonna back up just a titch here. Back in the spring, when I took the siding off the front balcony, it was because there was water damage coming down into the former living room, now drawing room. To find the source of that water damage, I had to pull the siding off and started finding rot. And that rot included the casings for the 2 windows in the bedroom and drastically for the door. Immediately you realize, okay, I'm going to have to replace the casings for these windows in the door. Well, the windows are from 1983. So why would I build new casings for them and not replace them? So we have this guy. There are 2 of them. One is going to go essentially where this baby is, and the other is going to go essentially, well, the door's kind of open right now, but I can't because there's a nightstand. The other is going to go over here. Straight behind me is where the headboard is going to go, centered between them. I'm going to have to repaint the room regardless because the wall is getting torn out and new sheetrock has to go up. But I still want more light in here because there's just an opportunity for it, you know? And with my headboard on this wall, I will not be waking up to sunlight because my house is at an angle, streaming in at an angle onto my face when I'm enjoying my merry snoozes. When I moved the bed to this wall to see if this theory would work, and it did, I thought, okay, how can I get more windows in? Now, ideally, I wanted a single long window right here, a transom window, which was gonna end up having to be like, sugar. I feel like it was gonna end up needing to be like 6 feet wide by, I think I wanted it 2 feet tall. I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I was Googling, trying to find this. It's just not a thing unless you're gonna have a custom window made, and I don't have the thousands of dollars to have a custom window made. So I ended up finding shedwindowsandmore.com. And I found shed windows that are transom windows. So instead of 1, I will have 2, but it's these guys. So it'll be bop, bop, 2 long windows on either side. I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do for window dressings because I don't want to put a giant thing of drapes up again because I never open them. They stay closed all the time, then the bedroom stays dark all the time, and it's just kind of a downer. So I'll get motorized blinds again. That's also down the line because right now it's July. I don't intend on having this done until roughly when you're watching this. I'm taking those out of their boxes now so that I can figure out what the exact dimensions are and start planning out officially where everything is going to go, since this whole wall is going to have to get reframed. With it getting reframed, that means I'm running new electrical through it because there's 1 outlet right now. I want outlets on either side of the bed, obviously. I'm going to be putting an outlet on the balcony because there's no power out there right now. And then I'm still toying with if I want to run... I have to yawn. I can't stop yawning today. I'm still toying with the idea of, do I want to run power up the walls, not power specifically, but lines up the walls to have switches next to the bed if I want to have like hanging pendants instead of lamps. The one thing with this bedroom that happened or that occurred to me after I painted it, this color, beautiful, it's called After the Storm. 2 things. When I painted this room initially, After the Storm is a designer color by Sherwin-Williams, and at the time you could only get them in their designer emerald paint. That paint did not come in a matte finish, which I like. I like matte. It's got just a little bit of a sheen. Flat paint does not bounce light. It scratches super easily. It's not good for your walls. If you paint with flat paint on your walls, good for you. I don't recommend it myself. You know, within a year, I think they made it so that paint was available in any other like actual paint, so I could get it in a matte finish. I knew I would eventually repaint it in that, but now that I'm at the point that I'm at, it also doesn't make sense to paint the same color you've already painted. I do want to stay dark. The problem with dark paint in a room like this that didn't have much light coming in is that when your lamps are on, the light doesn't bounce off the ceiling and down onto a book if you're reading in bed or something like that. The ceiling, I have yet to determine what's going to happen, if it's going to be the same color as the walls, if it's going to be a couple shades lighter, but I will be adding can lighting all throughout this room come winter of 2025 going into 26, just to have a little bit extra help in that. I'm gonna turn this thing off so I can keep watching a movie and start measuring stuff so I can draw out my map and go from there. You gotta love that, like, they put a vapor barrier in because that's what you're supposed to do. It's less effective when it doesn't go all the way to the corner. We're gonna do this. Okay, so I have emptied all that, and all the trash is downstairs. On through here, that is all emptied. Stepping on through, that is all emptied. The newel post was actually just sitting on top of the wood. It didn't go all the way through like I thought it did. And I'm kind of, I'm not going to say questioning my design. I briefly did, but it'll work just fine. But what I am questioning is keeping the bedroom door behind me, because now that this is so wide open, maybe that should be the door. And it's kind of like, you know, in its little hallway. And maybe I can somehow source double doors, antique double doors to put there. Then I can do sconces on either side and kind of make it more of a moment as like a primary suite, even though it won't have a bathroom in it, but it will have a giant walk-in closet. Kind of toying with that. We'll see. I was getting a kick out of this hot mess. So I was trying to figure out, like, okay, the new door is 36 inches wide, which is pretty much from that stud to that one. And then as I looked more, that stud connects to nothing down there, and it connects to nothing up there. So it's truly doing nothing. Par for the course with this house. This should be pretty easy to frame in this weekend for the door. Really just knock that out and get it out of the way. Do we all see that, like I haven't done anything? It is not attached to anything in the ceiling. Is it just gonna come out all the way? I don't know. Seems like it right now. Oh my God. Filthy! There was not a single nail or screw holding this thing in the wall. Super cool. Fucking idiots. I'm no architect. I think we all know that. But here's what not to do when moving stuff in a house or remodeling a house or any number of things. Here's what you do not do. You do not have a header above something. This is a stud. This helps hold the house up. It was not even resting on the top of that. Now there was this. This one goes nowhere. And there was no stud on the side. You also don't ignore nails to hold things in the wall or screws. Oh my God, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Oh, the other thing is that this thing will get replicated. Oh, okay. So then the whole thing's nice enough. What are you doing, neighbor? It's like changing out the door. Do you know how to do that? I just said, yeah. It's like, no, we'll figure it out. I'm a millennial. I can do anything. Right, so I was gonna get these guys together, pop it on top of that, and then just make sure it was
Okay.
level. Yeah. We can get it out and then dry fit and see if it's good, and if so, then I'm just gonna, I'll do some screws in it, and then it's at least like,
Yeah, it's at least stationary.
it's secured.
Shut the door. Shut the door. Look at that.
All right.
Fucking bad at all.
All right.
Look at that. I can.
It's a fucking door. Windows out. That's that, and there is a door. Now this still needs to get shims all around it because it's not closing well, and it's kind of hanging out at the top, but I just wanted to get screws in it so that it was secure because I'm leaving the house, so there's a piece of wood to make sure, you know, can't open up. Tomorrow I can then, you know, do other stuff for it. I have to put like a silicone adhesive behind the whole face of the thing out there. I have to put it all along the bottom, and that's just to help with any water potentially getting in. But this is done, and I just finished cleaning up the carpet, even though the carpet will eventually get torn out. It's done, and it feels so good to have this lighting the hallway now, because there's so much light. Really excited about it. I'm very grateful to Cody. I don't know if you could see in the video or not, he's someone like me where we do not wear appropriate footwear for this stuff. I had flip-flops on, and he had Crocs, and you do what you do. Until tomorrow, then I can clean this up and from the outside and have a locking door. This is day 2 of the balcony door. I did not record this because I was back and forth and I had to run an errand, and it was just kind of like I was doing a little bit as I could. I got it installed fully with like the silicone sealant behind everything. I did all that, but I got the door installed officially. I kind of had to struggle to close it. And at first I was like, well, it closes though, and it locks because I got the handle and lock on, and it's fine. It's fine. I walked away, and then I thought, you need to do it right. And the reason it wasn't perfect was because I hadn't shimmed it and leveled it perfectly. So I redid everything. I didn't have to take it out, but I redid the screws and the shims that were in place, and it's perfect. We've got our door. And look at that. That is a balcony door. It's so quiet. It opens so smoothly. There's no futzing around with it. So I got all that on. So this side is now sealed up. That's the new electrical. So there'll be one there, there'll be one down there at the end. But this is tomorrow. Currently, try not to step on a nail. There will be essentially window here, transom, window. This is gonna be a lot, but I can do it, and I feel confident. And then the stained glass is going right there. Easy peasy.